Yo, what is up, guys? SavageBoy23 back with another video. Today, I'm going to give you guys my NBA recap and my NBA day-to-day prediction. If you guys can, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Please watch more of my videos, please, and thank you. That being said, let's get it, let's go. Alright, what a very great basketball game for yesterday, or the day after yesterday. Yesterday was a day off, there was no games. If if the Dallas Mavericks won the game, the series would be over. But the Timberwolves decided to win this game one way or another, and they did great. I'm not going to sit here and argue about what did they do and what did they not do. They did what they had to do. It was getting scary in that fourth quarter because they kept on getting in the same number range. I think it was at like what, 75 to 81, and the Mavs lost by 5. Hopefully later today they do get in this game and they said, you know what, let's close this out. We won 4 in a row. They won 1. It will be really crazy if a team comes down from 0-4 comeback. This might be one of the very best teams that I will see to come back from a 4-0 deficit. Or 2-0 deficit, 3-0 deficit, my bad. 3-0 deficit. Timberwolves got a win the day after yesterday. It's going to be crazy. Game's going to be very, very crazy. Luka, there's going to be a lot of Luka in this game. A lot of Kyrie. So we are going to see what's going to happen in this game. Luka hit that clutch 3-pointer to make the game closer, but they just didn't have the team didn't have it in them, and they lost that game in Dallas on Tuesday. But you know what's funny? I think it was in the first or second. They pinned the camera to a fan. Now I don't know what quarter it was. I don't know if it was like right at the tip when the ball went up and the teams were running, or was it in halftime? But what was really funny to me was there was a dude wearing a green jacket and a green shirt, and he had a water bottle in his hand, and he was trying to open it, and this dude was struggling to open the water bottle. And I was like, I gotta talk about this because this is funny. I've never seen a person struggle like that with that kind of water bottle. Like, that's one of the easiest water bottles to open. It looks like this dude didn't have strength last night or 2 days ago in the hand to open that water bottle. So it's just funny to me how the guy didn't open the water bottle. But yeah, that's kind of funny. I'm surprised ESPN and Bleacher Report caught that. But yeah, let's get on to the game. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. Let me say something to you, man. You proved everybody wrong, and you proved yourself right. You did amazing on Tuesday. You did. Don't get me wrong. You were showing up as Ant-Man. You were showing up like, this is the Timberwolves. This is the real Timberwolves that everybody knows. This is not the same Timberwolves that has been losing. This is the Timberwolves that beat the Denver Nuggets. So we are going to see what's going to happen later today. But you know what really caught my eye? And I bet you it caught everybody's eyes in this game. When Luka Doncic made that clutch 3-pointer, Anthony Edwards were looking like this. See, Luka is a magic man. And if people ask me all the time, why do you keep saying he's a magic man? Did you not see what he did? 4 times in a row. Did it in game 1, did it in game 2, did it in game 3, and did it in game 4. Luka is the clutchest player in the NBA. Tell me who's another clutch player, and I will tell you if you are right or wrong. I mean, if you want to say Kyrie is clutch, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say he's not. He's a very clutch player. And everybody keeps saying Luka and Kyrie is the best backcourt in the NBA. Now, Are we all gonna sit here and say they are? Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna sit here and say they're not, but they are. But you know who I think is another great back player? Two great players that are great on the backcourt? You might not say they are, but I think they are. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Those are the two best players that are the two best players in the backcourt. Don't get me wrong, Kyrie and Luka, they are an amazing player. They are phenomenal at what they do. But you want to sit here and say that Luka and Kyrie are the best backcourt closers? What about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? Can we put them in a discussion? I know what everyone's going to say. This is the best team in the NBA. Of course you're not going to. Of course you're going to sit here and say they are. I mean, what's going to beat the odds? Nobody has beaten them this season. This team went for 64 wins. 64 wins. And if a team does not get 64 wins, they're not going to win a championship. This team is definitely going to win it. The Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are going to win 2024 NBA championship. There might not be a lot of people out there happy about it. There might be people who are happy about it. And there's people that just have different feelings about they don't care about it. They just care about the playoffs. But there's fan bases out there that really love basketball, and I'm one of them. I love more than one team, by the way. If anyone's curious. If the Celtics win it this year, I'm happy. I'm really happy because they deserve it and they need it. I don't care about what people say in the comments. Oh, you want them to pass the Lakers in 18 championships? Of course, absolutely. And I've said this before. I've said this before in my other videos, and I've said it past the season. The Lakers are not winning another championship. They're done. Their season is over. No matter if they go get Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, it's over. It's done. This team is old. This team is washed. You need young players. And what the Lakers did for that trade, that disgusts me. And what this crybaby did when he came on the team, he got rid of Kyle Kuzma, got rid of, Brandon Ingram. He just basically deserves all of what he's doing, And nobody should feel bad for him. We should all feel happy for the Celtics because they play through everything. Regardless if the team is up, regardless if the team is down, regardless of his injuries. The team plays through it. So I'm happy for the Celtics if they win it this year. I really do. Celtics deserve it, and I want them to get 18. 1-8. I want them to get that 18th banner. That's the real truth. Yeah. But anyways, we'll talk about that another time, another day. Now, Karl Anthony Towns, you got fouled out for you fouling a player. Now, I forgot if that was Luka you fouled or Kyrie or another player. You fouled and you were crying. And the funny thing about Karl Anthony Towns is there's a nickname for him. I forgot what the nickname was. But apparently people are calling him the soft Karl Anthony Towns. Or the soft cat. And to me, I think he's been soft since he came in the NBA. I don't care what anybody says. He's always soft. Now, I know what people are going to say. Who's the softest player in your opinion in the NBA? Honestly, there's a lot of players. Which kind of soft do you want to talk about? Player that doesn't get hurt and just cries about each play? Or are you talking about a soft player that gets hurt a lot? I don't know. That's really hard because you got a lot of players here that cry and flop in the NBA and act like it's a foul, but it's really not. I'm just speaking as truth. That's the honest thing. So, yeah. Yeah. Luka Doncic, let me say something, man. You did good in this game. You did great in this game. But to sit here and say that you would have got a sweep, you would have swept the Timberwolves at home on a Tuesday, that would be amazing. This might be a great playoffs run, and I've said this before, but nothing will be better if it was Dallas Celtics. I can't wait for that game to start. I might go to one of those games. But yeah. I'm not disappointed. I'm just shocked that the Timberwolves won by 5. Why didn't we see the Timberwolves in game 1 like this? Why didn't we see the Timberwolves in game 2 like this? Why didn't we see the Timberwolves in game 3 like this? We don't got to talk about the 4 because we saw them. I'm just talking about from 3 to 1. How come we didn't see the Timberwolves like this? Now, Anthony Edwards says something on the mic because he had a mic on him that day. He was saying like some stuff like, I think he said something about, I don't know what it is precisely, but I forgot. But when I say it like this, he says something about, or he says something about they better hope that we go home today, or he says something about they better not let us get sweep, something like that. And then he barked into the mic. He's like barking because he's saying like, oh, he's that dog in him. To be honest, Anthony Edwards, let me tell you this, man. And people are going to be surprised at me saying this. You barking on that doesn't mean that you have the dog in you. You've been having a dog in you, man. You always have the dog in you. You're a great player, bro. You got that motivation in that game. Now, I know what people are going to say. When he made that dunk in game 3, that's when the Timberwolves woke up. That's when they woke up and they won the game. No, they still did what they had to do. And they still lost that game when Anthony Edwards dunked. So, Anthony Edwards, be that dog on that team. Be that motivation on that team and be a great player. You don't need to bark on the mic because we already know that you're a great player. Now, players might think like, or not players, people that watch my channel think like I'm calling him like a natural dog. No. Me and my friends, we always say we got that dog in you. And that's what he is. He's a great player. He brings the motivation to that team. He was barking on that mic, acting like he was a dog, but no. No, he's not. He's just bringing the dog into that team, you know? And when Luka made that 3 over him, and he was, speechless to even talk about that 3, his mouth was open. So big. And I couldn't even see the last time I saw Anthony Edwards open his mouth that big. He's shocked. He has no words. Now, I didn't watch this, but I was kind of curious. Did the media ask Anthony Edwards, how did you feel when Luka made that 3-pointer over your head? Did he say something like, I was speechless? I didn't see it coming? Did he say I'll try to foul him or not try to foul him? Because the media says some stupid things. They say crazy things when they say what happened on this play, when you actually saw the play right in front of your face with your 2 eyes. Did you see something stupid like this? What happened in this 3? Walk me through how Luka made this 3 over you. And when players want to respond, I feel like they look at the media like, why would you ask me this question? This is a dumb question. You saw the play. You know what happened. And I feel like a player like this said this. Somebody like Anthony Davis. I feel like, I don't know if it was AD or somebody else, but a player in the NBA said, why did you ask me this? You know what happened on this play. You don't need to ask me this. Everybody saw it, right? And I remember somebody pointed at a reporter and said, you watched the game, right? You watched it? So you know what happened. You don't need to ask me. I know a player said that. Some of mine too. But to be honest, these reporters don't need to ask that. I know people might say they need to ask that. That's their job. No, they don't. I'm gonna say this loud and clear. And no hate to any media out there. Do what you do. But I'm gonna say this loud and clear. Don't ask stupid questions. Do not. You know what happened, and don't give the players flashbacks on those threes. That's what they don't want. Now, there's going to be media out there, of course, and they're going to keep on reposting or taking screenshots of a player shooting a three or dunking over you. Don't let these players go through that moment again. Just let them be. If they get dunked on, let them get dunked on. If they want to get a three over them, let them get a three over them. Because you don't know how these players are playing out there in the day. They're tired, they're stressed sometimes. And I'm just not their night. Sometimes it is their night. They're mad. They just lost the Western Conference Finals or the Eastern Conference Finals. All they want to do is go home, relax, and then wait for the next season. That's all they want to do. Maybe even hang out with their family. These are players. These are actually players that are playing on teams. So all I'm saying is just media, every fan base, pull down on these players because these players are out there playing, having fun, and they just went through a heart loss in a game, just ended their season. Now and to be honest, it's not like end of the game. Like there's a lot more games played for next season and the season after that, and there's game 1, game 2, game 3. A lot more games. It's just not like it's not end of the world for these players. Got a lot more games to play. Excuse me. Luka Doncic, or not Luka. Kyrie Irving is 14-0. He was 14-0 in closeout games to end the season for the other opponent. Now he is 14-1 for closeout games. Okay. So Kyrie Irving, the man, the great player, best handles in the NBA, the basketball. You're 14-1. Now, that's not gonna hurt nothing. That's just gonna hurt your playoff run. That's it. Closeout playoff. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Let's see if you go 14-1 or you go 14-2 of closeout games. Now, this loss is not on you. This loss is not on the team. I mean, to be honest, if you want to point it on the team, go ahead. But I'm not going to point it at the team. I'm going to mainly blame it on Kyrie. That one is you. You lost one game in the playoffs, and we all know how you are in the playoffs. You go Kyrie Irving mode in the playoffs. That's what you do. I don't know what happened in this game on Tuesday. I don't know what happened. I don't know what you were doing. You were doing good, and then all of a sudden you just shut off just like that. A light switch. So hopefully today you come out and you said, you know what, we got to close these Timberwolves out because I really don't want to go back to Dallas and bring them play another game. By the way, if you guys are curious, this next game will be in Minnesota. So, Kyrie, do me a favor. Go out there, show up and show out and do what you do. Now, Luka Doncic, I think it was in the second quarter, I think, somewhere around there. I don't know what time, I don't know where the clock was at that time. But Luka Doncic was going for a 2-pointer, right? As usual. And I don't know if it was Jaden McDaniels or another player. But apparently when Luka, there was like a little, I don't want to call it a scuffle, but like a little, talk between these two teams. And then when Luka was talking to him, ball went behind Luka's head, hit him in the head, and then they just stopped the chirping after. Now, to be honest, I didn't even know the ball hit his head until they kept on replaying it. I thought the ball was on the other side, or maybe the full court. No, it decides to go towards Luka's head, and Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not that bad. I mean, he's always hit. To be honest, every time I see this man on the court, he's always bleeding or something. He's always bleeding, or he's always hurt. I'm not even gonna lie with you, because that's how much he loves the game. That's a true player for a game, by the way. If you guys are curious, if somebody's really hurt every single season, and he's bleeding every single season, that means he truly loves the game. I'm just pointing that as facts. When have you ever seen other players play through injuries or you see them bleeding? Tell me another player. So far, I haven't seen a lot of players been bleeding or playing through injuries. I mean, to be honest, I've been seeing a lot of players play through injuries. But not as much as Luka. Luka's banged up from, I think, his elbow, his wrist, his ankle, his legs. So, that's how much you know Luka loves this game. And if he can take a rest, he would. And you know what really caught my eye? And I wanted to say this was so idiotic as a dumb question. Chuck. He said, if the Mavs are up, and this is in game 3, by the way. This was in game 3. He said, if the Mavs are up big, just give Luka a rest in game 4. Don't even bring him out on that court. And Shaq or one other, announcer stepped in and said, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Let Luka sit out in game 4. When Chuck said that, Chuck's like, yeah, just let him sit because he's hurt. He's already banged up. There's no way to even get him risked on that court. Now, you guys know how much I don't like Chuck. You guys know how much I like talking about Shaq. But to even think about putting Luka on the bench in game 4, in an elimination game, that's how you know he doesn't know what he's talking about. He says some idiotic things. You need Luka in the game. Now, I know what people might say. If they're up, if maybe he was saying like this, maybe let him play towards the first, second, a little bit in the third, and let him sit in the fourth. Maybe he was saying it like that, or maybe he was saying, just no, don't let him play at all. Let him rest. Now, we all have seen what happened in the regular season. Players banged up and they don't play. Or maybe they play and they only play for 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, maybe only the first quarter. But Luka's a way different player. If he's hurt, he'll play through an injury because that's how he is. He's a true player. He's a true role model. And he's just in general true at what he does. And there's a lot of people that I know that don't like Luka. And I just think about them like, how do you not like watching Luka or be a fan of Luka? Luka is changing the game before anybody sees it. He is playing through injuries that is literally hurting him. This man is banged up every single night on that court. And now people might say, people are telling me, if the Mavs do move on, I don't think they're saying that they're not going to beat the Celtics. Hey, there's always faith. There's always hope out there at the end of the tunnel. Right? I always say, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You never know what will happen in these finals. We've all seen what happened. Somebody came down from a 3-1 deficit. Nobody's ever came down from a 3-0 deficit. Maybe this season, maybe this year, somebody will come down from a 3-0 deficit. But I'm still going to lock in. I'm still going to have my motivation of Mavs closing this game out. I wish it was in 4. I wish I had my sweep. I wish I had my broom. I really wish I had my broom in the last game for the last series. Celtics Pacers. But I didn't want to talk about it at that time. And I don't want to bring it at that time. But I would bring my broom here for Luka sweeping the Timberwolves. But I'm not going to do it because it didn't do it. Mavs didn't sweep them. So, I'm going to have to wait for the playoff, or the finals, or next season. But, yeah. Timberwolves, you did good on Tuesday. You did amazing. That might be one of the best series of the Timberwolves this round that I've seen, so far. We're going to see what's going to happen later today. Hopefully, the Mavs do close them out in Game 5. It'll be an exciting game. You guys tell me in the comments who you guys got. Before the game started, I don't know if it was in this game or the last game, but apparently, I think Anthony Edwards said, like, it's not over. It's not over until we lose. And he did what he had to do. So, yeah. He said it's not over. He said we're still fighting it until it's over. So we'll see how long he decides to fight on that court. Yeah. And if you guys are curious, 1 through 4, I'll tell you the scoreboard and tell you how bad the Mavs are. The Timberwolves lost by. So, yeah. So the Timberwolves lost by 1 in Game 1. Then they lose by 2 in Game 2. They lose by 2 in... Oh, no. Dallas lose... No, the Timberwolves lose by 2. Sorry. The Timberwolves lose by 2. My bad. And the Timberwolves win by 5 in Game 4. Game 3. They didn't lose. They were just down by 2. So that's how it was. These were all in like the fourth quarters. These are all close games in the fourth quarter. So basically, Dallas was down by 1 in 1:56 in the fourth. The second game, Timberwolves were up by 2, 106 to 108 in the fourth, and the clock was at 3.0. And then game 3, it was 104 to 102, so they were down by 2, the Timberwolves, and the clock was at 4:35. And then game 4 was they won by 5, the Timberwolves. But that's crazy. That is very crazy. These closeout games by these Timberwolves and these Mavs, that's how you guys know this game's great. This is how close it gets for these Timberwolves to win a game. The worst one that got me was not the 1.6 in game 1 of the Mavs down by 101 to 102. It's this game. It's the game 2. The Mavs could have. The Timberwolves could have won. Literally won. The scoreboard was 106 to 108, and the clock was 3.0 on it. Now, people might think that's a very short shot clock right there. In the NBA, it's shorter. Think about it. So, yeah. I don't care about game 3 because the clock was at 4:35, so that was enough time for a team to come back or win. Game 1, it depends. You want to? I mean, 1:56. That's quite a while. Not a lot, just quite a while. And then, yeah, game 3, 4.35. Nah, that's fine. But the one that really got me was game 2. Game 2 was very close. You have 3.0 to shoot. Defense, whatever the case may be, win or go home in that series, that game. So, but yeah, we are gonna see what's gonna happen later today. Yesterday there was no games. Hopefully today the Mavs do close out the Timberwolves. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna give you guys my NBA recap for today. Yeah, please again, guys, like, subscribe, comment down below, and please watch. All right, so I'm still sticking with Dallas. I do think they will close it out today in Minnesota. Both of these teams will be, playing really good on this court. It's going to be very, very, very crucial for both of these teams. Timberwolves are trying to fight to go to a Game 7. They're just trying to relax for a few days to play Celtics. And if I was correct, I don't know if I am. I don't know if they changed it or not. But if the Mavs won on Tuesday, they would have, I think, 9 or 10 days off. So next week to play against the Celtics on a Thursday. That's what I've been hearing. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, we would have 9 days off of a basketball game. No watching games. No going to games. In an NBA game. That's crazy. 9 or 10 days off. Somewhere around there is what I heard. So that would be crazy. Just a whole week with no basketball. People are saying that basketball is unfair. People are saying it's like the NFL. I don't know why people are saying that. It's not script. None of that. These players just play out there. You think people go out there to just lose like that? No. And the NFL is not script at all, too. Not script or nothing is like that. I don't know why people are saying that. It's not. So, yeah. People just want to talk to go out there, but I'm telling you the truth. Adam Silver is not making the NBA unfair. He's making it fair for everybody, making it fair for each fan base out there and each and other player out there. That is just crazy. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Making the NBA unfair. And people are saying that this is the reason why if the Celtics, or not the Celtics, if the Mavs win, we have 9 or 10 days off of no watching basketball games. Nobody going to a game, nobody watching TV, nobody going anywhere, just doing what they normally do with no. To be honest, I can't do anything with no basketball, to be honest. That's why I'm really disappointed when basketball season's over. But we get into football season. A few months later. But, yeah. Hopefully the Mavs do close it out. I think they will have, if I'm correct, they'll have, like 7 or 8 days off. We'll see what will happen. We'll see what Dallas do. Timberwolves do. If Dallas do close it out, Luka does get like a good few weeks off. They got to go back into Wednesday or Tuesday. They go back into the gym to work out and see. So hopefully the Mavs do close it out today. I really hope they do because I do need Luka to be on his game against the Celtics. Because that would be a good matchup. I can't wait for that game. I can't wait for that series to start. There's no way in heck Timberwolves will come down from a 3-1 or 3-0 deficit. No way. No way. I don't see it. I don't see a team losing 3 games straight. So, yeah. And if you guys are really thinking that if the NBA is unfair and you guys really think that the NBA is like really strict, you have to make the players lose games, right? Right? I just want to point that out. You have to make the players lose the game, right? It's not the coaching, it's not the fans. It's the players that are on that court. You have to tell them to not go play your hardest. And they're playing their hardest out. That's the hardest I've seen players play, by the way. So if you want to say the NBA is unfair, go ahead. That's you. That's your opinion. That's your decision. That's your thoughts. That's what you think. I'm here to tell you, and I'm here to tell you guys right now, the NBA is not fair because it's a team effort. It's not by yourself. It's not a one-team job. It is a whole roster team job. So, you want to sit here and say the NBA is unfair? So be it. Go ahead. I don't care. Say what you want to say, and I will tell you the wrong. Because it's a team effort. If you want to tell Anthony Edwards to go out there and fumble the bag, go ahead. Everyone's going to be mad at him. You want to go tell Luka Doncic to go out there and start breaking shots? Go ahead. Be honest, they're not going to be, they're going to be mad at him. They're not just going to be mad at the team. They're going to be mad at him. So, if you want to lose, you got to tell the star players to not play amazing. That's one thing I can tell you. So, yeah. But yeah, the NBA is not unfair. Adam Silver is doing his thing. I just need him to look into the refs. That's all I'm saying. So, But anyways, this is going to be a great game. Hopefully, the Mavs do come out, show up and show out. Kyrie, do what you do the best. And don't go 14-2 in playoff games, closeout games, precisely. We'll see what will happen. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, that is all I got today for the NBA game. But there's NBA news. I'm going to talk about it right now. So, crazy news. I don't know if it's even going to be true or not. Let me start it out real quick. So apparently they're talking about some trades in the NBA. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it. But really quick before I talk about it, I'm not even going to say congratulations to him because, to be honest, I think everybody saw this coming. They just don't want to talk about it. I don't know how much he's getting. I think it's a 5-year contract, if I'm correct. Or I don't know how many years he's staying with the Flippers. But yeah, he's getting $70 million. I don't know if it's a 5-year or 7-year contract for him to stay as a Flippers head coach. But Ty Lue will be signing a contract with the Los Angeles Flippers, and he will be getting $70 million as a head coach as a Flipper. To be honest, I don't care what you do as a Flippers head coach, but we all know that you're going to be choking in the playoffs. Regardless if PG-13 decides to sign a contract with the Flippers or moves on, that team's not going to be any good than it was this past season. Going to be honest with you guys. The Honey Bun, James Harden, he might move on. He might request a trade. Is what I've been hearing. I don't think he's gonna stay as a Flipper. I could be wrong though, but I think he will move on. People might ask, are you gonna start, treating James Harden as a regular player than he was when he was in Houston and in the Brooklyn Nets and the 76ers once he leaves the Flippers? I don't know. I'll probably still call him the Honey Bun, but other than that, I don't care where he ends up. I don't care if he stays with the Flippers. I don't care if he moves on. Because at the end of the day, he's his own, he's his own person. There's fan bases around him that like watching him. Me personally, I used to like watching him, but not anymore. Not just because he's in a Flippers uniform. I just don't think he's the same James Harden that he was in Houston and Philadelphia. And Brooklyn Nets is when it was his downfall. So, yeah. And that's the same thing as Kyrie, too. Like, Kyrie... Which Kyrie was the best one? Was it the Kyrie in Cleveland? Was it the Kyrie in Boston? Kyrie in Brooklyn? Or was it the Kyrie Irving in Dallas? Personally, I'm going to take out Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. I don't like that Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. I will take out the Kyrie Irving in... I kind of like the Kyrie Irving in Dallas. But the best Kyrie Irving that we saw, and it was his, his season, that's when he was going off because he was young, is the Cleveland Cavaliers one. But you guys tell me in the comments, which Kyrie Irving did you guys like better? Did you like the Kyrie Irving in Cleveland? Did you like the Kyrie Irving in Boston Celtics? Or did you like the Kyrie Irving in Dallas Mavericks? I kind of like him in Dallas, because Dallas is a good fit for him. But yeah, there's more news going out too. I don't know if this is true. So yeah. So apparently, DeMar DeRozan might go to LA, but it's not the LA that we all thought it was going to be. He might go to the Flippers. So you're going to get rid of PG-13 maybe to get DeMar DeRozan. Wow. Just wow. And people might ask, do you think the Flippers would be good if they had DeMar DeRozan? Possibly in the regular season, yes. But in the playoffs, no. Because they choked in the playoffs. I've never give Flippers compliments. So for you guys to hear me say that, it hurts me. So the Flippers might be good in the regular season. Do I see them doing good in the playoffs? No. Absolutely not. Because you might not have James Harden. You might not have PG-13. Who are you going to have out in your closeout? You're going to have DeMar DeRozan and Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi Leonard's on the bench almost every single time you see him. I'm speaking that as facts. And I don't know why they have James Harden in the Flippers uniform. Like, he might leave is what I've been hearing. I don't know why he's staying with them. So, but yeah, there's some trades going around. I don't know if this is true or if this is a joke. But yeah. So yeah, let me say it. And also possibly ZP0, not PG-13, ZP0. So Chris Paul, if you guys are curious. Apparently, he might make a return as a Flippers player. Yeah, that would be shocking if he's a Flippers player. Going back to LA, going back to where he started his career. Honestly, I don't care where he ends up. Because to be honest, he's just going to be banged up. He might be on the bench regular season, so I'm not even worried. Man, there's a lot of Flipper talk, to be honest. For this team to actually go nowhere, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Alright, so number one. This might not happen. It's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you this loud and clear. And I would hate myself for me to even say this. And I would be disappointed if he goes to this team. It is an Eastern Conference team. It's a team that I always talk about. The Crybaby. You guys don't know who I talk about when I say the Crybaby. The Crybaby will go to the 76ers with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. He will go back to the East. Honestly, I don't see this happening. People just want to talk. And this is from Bleacher Report. So Bleacher Report just likes to make some funny posts to piss people off. To be honest, I'll be happy for him to leave the Lakers, but I'll also be mad if he joins the 76ers. So, yeah. But to be honest, he's not going nowhere. I think he's going to stay as a Laker. So, yeah. Next rumor, it is going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're just talking about it. From Bleacher Report again. Pandemic PG-13 will go to the Western Conference. Or the West side of the NBA. Western Conference, basically. Pandemic PG-13 will be going to, maybe, the Los Angeles Lakers. Do not let this happen. I've said this before. Don't let this man put a purple and gold uniform on, because that is basically disrespecting the Lakers jersey players wearing it. Do not do that. Don't let this man go to a Lakers side. Don't let him go cross the halls. Don't let him go to the big brother's room. Don't do that. Leave him out. Let him go where he wants to go. Because I don't want him as a Laker, and I would never ever want him to wear a disrespectful purple and gold. Because he's putting on that red and blue. Nobody plays with the red and blue. If you're putting on that red and blue jersey, you're not going to the halls of the purple and gold. I'm just saying that loud and clear. So, yeah. Alright, now this might happen. A lot of people are telling me that it is going to happen. I don't see it happening, but it's from Bleacher Report again. Trey Young, will be a Los Angeles Laker. To be honest, I have friends telling me that this is going to happen. Honestly, I want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. It sounds kind of weird. How is he going to be in closeout games? Last time I checked with Ice Trey, last time he's been in the playoffs is when he made it into the play-in. That's the only time I've seen him. Now, I could be wrong, I could be right, but yeah. But if he puts on that purple and gold uniform, he'll look good in it. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think that he's the right guy. I don't think he's the right point guard for the Lakers. Yeah. But as a Los Angeles Laker player right here, Trey Young will be going to a Lakers. Maybe. We'll see. So, yeah. Alright, now this one will be a very interesting one from Bleacher Report. Klay Thompson as an Oklahoma City Thunder player. Now, how would I see him wearing an orange and blue jersey? Honestly, I think he will fit in good with the Williams and SGA and Czech Holmgren. I do think this will be actually a really good good for him to, hopefully hang it up after this season if he goes there. Is Klay Thompson, what he's been doing for the Warriors has been up, down, up and down, and then mostly back down. Wherever he ends up, hopefully the team, takes some minute restriction on him because he is an injury prone. So honestly, an Oklahoma City Thunder player, honestly, I don't know how I'll see him in a jersey like that. So. Now, this one is funny, and this one really caught my eye. It's from Bleacher Report. ZP0, Chris Paul, as a Chicago Bulls player. Where do you guys come up with this? Come on. You think ZP0 will move to the East and go to Chicago? Chicago's not going to do anything good for him. If anything, it's going to get him more worse. Now, don't get me wrong, Chicago fans. You're a great fan base. You got some great players. Do you really think that ZP0 will be good in Chicago? Did you see what he did for the Flippers? You see what he did for the Warriors? I feel like most of the time when he was in a Warriors uniform, I think he was most of the time sitting down on the bench. I don't think he even had that much playing time. And you guys say he wants to win a ring before he retires? He's going to be ZP0 until he retires. He's not a good player. People might think he's a good player, and people are talking about putting him in the Hall of Fame. There's a lot more players out there that don't have rings. But you want to say ZP0 is a great point guard? You want to say ZP0 is a great player? As a fan, I'm really disappointed. He is not a good player, I'll tell you that. He's an okay point guard. I just don't think he's the best. Yeah. But, yeah, guys, that is what I got in the NBA news recently. And then there's also some news coming out yesterday that I don't know if it's true, but I do think that is probably a joke. Rajon Rondo might be the head candidate for the Los Angeles Lakers head coaching job. To be honest, does Rajon Rondo have that skill of being a head coach? I don't know. I really don't know. I can't speak, about him, but I can say that I'll be surprised if he's a head coach. And people might say, "Oh, he's gonna have his downfall for the first season, and then the second season of him being a head coach, he's gonna dominate." Honestly, in my opinion of watching the NBA and watching players developing to be a head coach, I don't know how they turn out. I really don't, because I don't know how is he going to be. I don't know if he's going to be worried. I don't know if he's going to be, fine. I don't know what he's going to do, because at the end of the day, he was a player. Now he's moving on from being a player to a head coach. And if he becomes a Los Angeles Lakers head coach, and he won a championship with that team, I'll be really surprised. But a lot of people are saying that it's probably a joke. It's probably going to be JJ Redick. Because we all know that the crybaby wants JJ Redick. Me, I don't know who it's going to be. Me, I think it is going to be JJ Redick. They're speculating a lot of names out there, but I'm here to tell you guys, I think it's JJ Redick. They're trying to make us not, say JJ Redick a lot, but I do think it's going to be JJ Redick. I'm going to say like 88% of JJ Redick and like 25 of Rajon Rondo. Now, I'm not 100% on it. That's just my speculations of head coaching jobs for the Lakers. I'm leaning towards JJ Redick. Not just because the crybaby wants it. I think it is true that the Lakers do want JJ. But they don't want to speculate, or they don't want to come out and say it was the crybaby that wanted him as a head coach. They don't want to say that, because at the end of the day, the crybaby's lying. He's in the head coaching job. He's looking for the recruits, by the way, if anybody's curious. And I don't care what anybody says. You can say no, he's not. You can say he's having fun with his family. I don't care. No, he's doing the head coaching job. If JJ Redick becomes a Lakers head coach, if you guys are curious of why the Lakers are taking so long as a head coaching job, is because they don't want to, come out and say it's JJ Redick. They don't want to come out here and say it's JJ Redick because they want to give other head coaching jobs, candidates, to other coaches instead of JJ Redick. We all know that it's JJ Redick. Just come out and say it's JJ Redick. I'm not going to be mad if it is. I'll just say I'm right. I know the crybaby was in this head coaching job from the get-go from the season. That's it. What I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. We all know that I'm right. Just bring out JJ Redick already. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be shocked. I'm just going to say I saw this coming. I'm not going to say I'm wrong or I'm right, but I guarantee probably next week there'll be news coming out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care though. That's what I do. I like to make funny content. If next week we have JJ Redick as a head coaching, don't be surprised. Just know I'm right. Wanted to say. Yeah. But anyways, guys, that is all the news that I got so far in the NBA. That's been going around in the NBA. But again, we got some good games today. We got the Mavs versus Timberwolves, and I forgot to mention this last game on Tuesday, but I'm going to mention it today on a Thursday. If the Mavs do win, I don't make content until probably round 1 of NBA Finals. If the Timberwolves do win, I'll come back in Thursday till Saturday back if there is going to be a game 6. So, yeah. Everybody cross your fingers that the Timberwolves do. Everybody cross your fingers for the Timberwolves, or not Timberwolves, Dallas Mavericks do win. But if the Timberwolves do win, I'll come back on Saturday. If the Timberwolves do lose, I won't come back until game 1 of the NBA. Okay? So I just want to make that clear up. Curious why I wasn't here today. So yeah. That's all I wanted to say. But anyways, guys, that is what I got today, and that's all the news that I got so far in the NBA. But until then, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully the Dallas Mavericks do close out the Timberwolves. Yeah, guys, please, again, guys, like, subscribe, comment down below, and please watch more of my videos. Please and thank you. Yeah, peace.